Hello everyone, and welcome again to another tutorial. So in today's video I'll be teaching you how to make a beaded clutch using metal frame or kiss lock frame, and I'll be walking you through step by step until we complete this bag. Let's get started. So I'm going to make this bag using 8mm green acrylic bead. You can choose your own colors, okay? And here is the frame I'm using in measurement 20 centimeters or 7.874 inches, okay? And this is the beautiful bead I will be using to make this bag in green color. All right, this is 8mm, and here is also the frame that we'll be using for this beautiful beaded clutch. So make sure your frame have holes on it, okay? Holes like this, it's punched back and front like this. You see the holes at the back too. Each side have 43 holes. All right, and here is the green bead. This is 8mm. I'll be using my cutter, and now let's get started. And I thank you guys for joining me, okay? So let me push. This is my line I'll be using. This is 50-pound fishing line or beading line. It's not a stretchy cord, okay? If you know fishing line, that is exactly what it is. Just get the right size for your bead, okay? So now to make this bag, I'm going to open, you see the holes, we are going to work in threes, all right? 3 3 3. We are going to work with 3 holes all around. Here is my line that I cut, okay? Just cut it as long as you want. And now I'm going to pull my line through the first and the third hole from the back, okay? This and this one, all right? So this is my line. Actually, I'm using an old line over here. So I'm pulling through the first, okay? And the other end, I'm pulling through the third hole, all right? I put it through the first one, skip the second, and pull through the third one. And this is how it looks like. Make sure you open your frame and let it flat. All right, we are going to continue to weave around the edge, okay? Lay the frame flat before you weave. All right, now this is the first and the third hole. So now this is my right line and this is my left, okay? So now I'll be adding 3 beads to my left line. I'm adding these 3 beads to my left line like this, okay? I'm going to hold the last one. This is 3 I add, okay? I start with 3 beads. Hold the last one and cross the right line into it and pull, okay? And now my right line, I'm going to go back into the third hole again, okay? Into the third hole. So I'm pulling my right line back through the hole to the back, okay? I'm going to pull it out like this. And now my right line is in the back. So now I'm going to skip 1 hole and enter the next hole, all right? You see, let me show you from the top. I'm going to skip, okay? So I'm going to skip this hole and enter the next one, all right? Enter the next one on this, all right? From the back, okay? Up, from the back up, like this. So where my line is coming from, that is where I send it back to the back, all right? I'm adding 2 beads to my left line, all right? I add 2 beads like this. Now hold the last one, cross it with my right line and pull. So now again, I'm going to send my right line, okay? This line, this is my right line. I'm going to send it back to the back, at the back of the frame, okay? I'm going to pull it through the hole over here, all right? The same hole that my line came from, that is what I pull it through to the frame. Okay. Again, I'm going to skip 1 hole and enter the next one, all right? I'm going to skip this one and enter this one, all right? This is how it looks like from the back of the frame. I'm going to skip the middle one and enter the next one, all right? Then I pull my line to the top of the frame like this. You can see from the top, I skip the middle and enter the third one. Now on my left line, I'm adding 2 beads to my left line like this. I'm going to hold the last one and cross my right line into it and pull. Okay, and now my right line, I'm going to pull it back again. This is my right line. I'm going to pull it through the same hole that my line came up from. All right, so now I'm pulling it back of the frame like this. Okay, now again I'm going to skip this hole and enter the next one. Okay, my right line, I'm going to skip this hole, enter the next one. Okay, so I'm pulling my right line to the top of the frame like this. Okay, so now this is where my line is. All right, I skip one hole, enter the next one. Now on my left line, okay, I'm adding 2 beads to my left line like this. And I'm going to cross the last one with my right line and pull down like this. Now my right line, I'm going to pull it back to the back through the same hole that the line is coming from. All right, so I pull it back. All right, like this. Now I'm going to skip the middle one and enter the next one. All right, remember, you skip one hole and enter the next one. Come, bring the line back to the top like this. Now on my left line again, I add 2 beads to the left line and cross the last one with my right line and pull. Again, I'm going to pull my right line through the hole. You see this hole right here where the line is coming from? That is exactly where I'm going to pull my line through to the back of the frame, okay, like this. All right, and I'm going to skip this hole and enter the next one. All right, so from the back, you are going to skip this one, enter the next one. All right, skip the middle, enter the next one, and put the line to the top. Okay. So now my left line, I add 2 beads to the left line, I cross with the right line and pull. Now I'm going to send my right line back to the back of the frame again through the same hole like this. Okay, now I'll skip one hole, enter the next one. All right, skip the next and enter the next hole. I'm pulling through my hole up to the frame like this, skip the middle, enter the next one. All right, now on my left line, I add 2 beads to the left line, I cross with the right line and pull down. Again, I'm going to send my right line back to the back of the frame through the same hole. All right, that my line is coming from. Pull it through the back, skip one hole, enter the next one. All right, send the line back to the top of the frame, and on the left line, I add 2 beads to the left line like this. I'm going to cross my right line into it and pull. Now my right line, I'm sending it back to the back of the frame through the same hole. All right, pull it back to the back of the frame like this. I skip one hole and enter the next one. Okay, skip this one, enter the next one, and bring the line to the top of the frame. Okay, like this. Now on my left line, I'm adding 2 beads to the left line like this. I cross with my right line and pull down. Again, I'm going to send my right line back to the back of the frame like this. And I'm going to skip one hole and enter the next one and bring the line to the top of the frame. Okay, skip one and enter the next one. Bring the line back to the top of the frame. Now on my left line, I'm adding 2 beads to the left line. Okay, cross with the right line and pull down. I'm sending my line back again to the back of the frame again, and repeat the same process. Skip one, enter the next one like this. 2 beads to the left line, cross with the right line and pull down. Okay, this is how we are going to continue and complete the rest. All right, again, I'm going to pull my line back through the same hole to the back of the frame and I'm going to skip one hole and enter the next one. All right, from the back. And now on my left line, I add 2 beads to the left line, cross with the right line and pull down. I'm going to send my line again back to the back of the frame through the same hole my line came up. All right, I'm going to skip one hole and enter the next one. All right, now my line is coming to the top of the frame. On my left line, I'm adding 2 beads to the left line. Okay, now I cross with my right line and pull. Now I'm sending my line again back to the back of the frame. I'm going to skip one hole, enter the next one, like this. All right. Again, 2 beads to my left line, cross with the right line and pull down. My right line into the hole to the back of the frame. I'm going to skip one, enter the next one. Skip one hole and enter the next one. On the left line, 2 beads to the left line. Okay, cross and pull down. I'm sending my line again back to the back of the frame. Pull it through the same hole that the line came up. Skip next one and enter the last hole. All right, I'm entering the last hole to the top of the frame, and this is how it looks like. We are going to continue to build on this. So on my right line, I'll be adding 2 beads to my right line like this. Okay, I'm going to cross with my left line and pull. That way my line turn on top. Okay, so we can build on this one. This is how the beginning is looking like. Very firm, very beautiful. We are going to repeat the same technique on the other side. So now let's build one row on this one. In all, I'm going to build 13 rows. All right, so the second row, I'm starting with 3 beads. I cross my right line in the last one and pull down. Now my right line into the next bead. I pull through the next bead, and on the left line, I add 2 beads to the left line. I cross with my right line and pull down. My right line into the next bead. And on the left line, I add 2 beads. I cross with my right line and pull my right into the next bead. 2 beads to the left line like this. I cross the right line into the last bead and pull. Okay, so this is the technique we will be using throughout the entire weave. Okay, I'm pulling my right line through the next bead and adding 2 beads to the left line. I'm going to cross the last bead with my right line and pull down. My right line into the next bead. Then I add 2 beads to my left line like this. I cross my right line into it and pull. This is how we are going to continue our weave. Go through one and add 2 beads to the left line. Okay, look at the beginning. This is the second row we've started. At this second row, we are going to continue to make 13 total rows. All right, so I'm going to complete this row over here. This is the second row. Add 2 beads to the left line, cross with the right line and pull down. My right into the next bead. Then I add 2 beads to my left line like this. I cross with my right line and pull. My right into the next bead. And I add 2 beads to the left line like this. Cross with the right line and pull down. My right line into the next bead. 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull. My right line into the last bead over here. Okay, and I'm adding 2 beads to my right line. I'm going to cross and pull down. So after this row, we are going to continue to make 11 more rows on it. Okay, we are going to make 11 more rows to make 13, and we are going to do the same on this part of the frame. So I'm going to weave these lines a little bit back into the weave before I trim it off. Okay, just weave it back a little bit to secure the line before you trim it off. And that is what I'm doing over here. Okay, this is what it looks like. We made second row and we are going to build on this one. So now we are going to repeat the same technique over here too. Let me start with you and I will leave you to do it yourself. All right, over here too, I'm going to put my line through the first and the third hole. All right, now I'm adding 3 beads to my left line like this. I cross with my right line and pull down. Then my right line, I'm going to pull it back through the hole to the back of the frame like this. All right, I'm going to skip one hole and enter the next one like this. I'm adding 2 beads to the left line like this. I cross with my right line and pull. Then I'm going to send my right line back to the same hole to the back of the frame. Now I'm going to skip one hole. All right, I'm going to skip one hole and enter the next one through the back of the frame. All right, I'm going to come up with my line to the back of the frame to the front like this. Okay, now my left line, I add 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull down. I'm going to pull my right line back through the hole, all right, where my line is coming from. So now that you get the concept of how to install the first row, I'm going to leave it up to you so you can continue and complete the second part. Okay, we are going to build on it 13 times. All right, we are going to continue build on this 13 times. Come back and meet you here. All right, so this is the 13 rows I made. All right, this is the 13 on this part too. Both parts I made 13 and this is how it's looking like. So what I'm going to do over here is to find a corner. Okay, a corner for this bag so we can close the top of it. All right, here is my corner. I fold it nicely so the corner can show 1, 2, 3. Okay, and here is the corner over here. I want to 3. I'm going to pull my line through this bead over here. This is the first 3 and I'm going to pull it through. I'm going to pull my line through 1 bead on the side. Okay, this side, pull through the next bead on the side. All right, like this. This is how the line is showing. My line is in 2 bead like this. Okay, this is how the line is showing. I have 2. The third bead, I pull my line through and the bead on the side. Now on my left line, I add 2 beads to my left line like this. I cross with my right line and pull down my right line into the next bead. 2 beads to the left line like this. Cross with the right line and pull my right line into the next bead. Don't worry if the bead is like wobbly, not straightened. By the time we finish the top, it's going to be straightened up. All right, 2 beads to the left line. I cross my right line into it and pull my right line into the next bead. Then I add 2 beads to the left line. Okay, into the next bead. 2 beads to the left line. I cross with my right line and pull down my right line into the next bead. I add 2 beads to the left line like this. Okay, then I cross with my right line and pull down my right into the next bead. This is what we'll be using. This is the technique we'll be using throughout the entire weave. All right, my right line into the next bead. Pull through next bead. See how the edge is straightening up already? Okay, so let's continue. We have to locate the corner and make sure we have 3 at the end. 1, 2, 3. All right, now I'm going to enter the last bead. Okay, I'm pulling through the last bead on the side and I'm going to enter again into the first 3 on the side. All right, pick up the first 3 over here. Now my line is in 3 bead. Okay, as you can see, my line is in 3 bead over here. All right, so now I'm going to take 1 bead and crisscross both ends of my line into it and pull. Now my right line into the next bead. All right, play my line through the second bead on the side. Now I'm adding 2 bead to my left line. Okay, I cross my right line into it and pull my right line into the next bead. 2 bead to the left line, cross the right line into it and pull my right into the next bead. All right, I'll be pulling the right line through the edge bead and add 2 bead to the left line, cross and pull down my right into the next bead, and I'm adding 2 bead again to my left line. I cross my right line into it and pull my right line into the next bead, 2 bead to the left line, cross and pull down. Okay, we are going to use the same technique to continue to weave to the end. That's what I'm doing. Pull the right line through the next bead, the edge bead, add 2 bead to the left line, then you cross and pull. I'm about to complete over here. I'm pulling through the last bead and I'm adding 2 bead to the left line like this. I cross my right line into the last one and pull. So here I'm going to pull my line into the next bead. All right, did you see the pattern? This one and this one. Okay, I'm going to pull through 2 bead. This is the first one. I'm going to pull through the second one. All right, one over here on the side like this. I need 1 bead, crisscross both ends of the line and pull my right line into the last bead at the end over here. Okay, I'm adding again 2 bead to my left line, crisscross the line and pull my right into the next bead, and I add 2 bead to the left line. I cross my right line into it and pull my right into the next bead, 2 bead to the left line, cross the right line into it and pull down. This is the technique we'll be using and weave this to the end. All right, I cross my right line into it and pull. So I'm going to continue to the end. I'll meet you here at the end. All right, so now I'm going to pull through again the last bead and I'm going to pick these 2 bead. All right, pull through this one first and the one on the side, and now we complete this part. Okay, I need only 1 bead and I crisscross both ends of the line and pull. You see how it is? You see how it's straightened up? I'm using a soft bead. This bead is very soft and nice. All right, so this is how it looks like. Okay, this is one side. We are going to continue. This is how it's looking like. One side is complete, so I'm going to continue to complete the second part. All right, over here too I'm going to find the corner to see where my corner is. So I'm going to count the same 3, okay, for the side, 1 2 3, as I count for the first one. So I'm going to pull my line through 2 bead. I'm pulling through these 2 bead. All right, pick one from the side, then I'm adding 2 bead to my left line. I cross my right line into it and pull my right line into the next bead. All right, and I'm adding 2 bead to the left line, cross the right line and pull down my right line into the next bead. I add 2 bead to the left line, I cross and pull. So on this second part too, we are going to repeat the same thing we did for the first part. All right, I'm pulling my right line into 2 bead over here. Okay, so from here I'm going to turn. Okay, I turn a corner. I'm going to pull my right line into the next bead, then I add 2 bead to the left line like this, cross and pull down my right line again into the next bead, and I add 2 bead to the left line. I cross my right line and pull into the next bead with my right line. So this is what the pattern is looking like. This is how it's looking like. I'm going to continue to complete this side, then I'll show you how we will do the rest. All right, now I'm on the last row over here. Okay, I'm just weaving back. Just repeat the same. Go through all the edge bead and add two bead to the left line. What we have to do now is to close these two pieces together to have our bag. But first, we are going to weave one more row on the edge. All right, I'm going to show you. We are going to leave 3 bead, okay, and start in the 4th one. Okay, count 3 and start in the 4. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm going to pull my line through the 4th bead. All right, like this. My line is in the 4th bead, and I'm going to start with 3 bead. Okay, we are going to weave on the edge of this side. All right, so I'm adding 3 bead to my line. We are going to weave round this edge until we complete it. All right, now I cross my right line and pull my right line again. I'm going to pull into the next bead. Pull through next bead. All right, then I add 2 bead to the left line, cross and pull down my right line again into the next bead. Then I add 2 bead to the left line. All right, I add 2 bead to the left line. I cross my right line into the last one and pull down my right into the next bead. I add 2 bead to the left line, cross the right line into it and pull a right line again into the next bead. We are going to follow this pattern and continue the same way round until we complete this step. All right, we are just weaving one more row around this shape. Go through the next bead, add 2 bead to the left line, cross and pull. Continue the same way. Go through all the edge bead and add 2 bead to it. I'll meet you here when we are going to complete. We are going to leave 3 and end in the 4th bead. All right, we are going to stop here. Now 1, okay, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm in the last bead. This is the 4th bead. On my right line, I add 2 bead to my right line. Cross the right line into it and pull down like this. Now my line, turn on the side. Okay, we are going to join these 2 pieces. So my right line, I'm going to pull through 1, 1, 2, 3. We leave 3. We are going to pull through the 4th bead. All right, so now this is where my line is. I add 1 bead to my line. I'm going to pull through 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 4th bead. Okay, I'm going to pull my line through the 4th bead like this. Okay, we are going to put these 2 pieces together and join them. All right, I add 1 bead to my line, crisscross and pull. Okay, my right line into the next bead. I'm going to pull my left line also into the next bead like this. I take 1 bead, crisscross both ends of the line into it and pull my right line into the next bead, my left line into the next bead. I take 1 bead, crisscross both ends of the line and pull into the next bead with my left line into the next bead with my right line. Crisscross both ends and pull. Okay, we are going to continue the same way to close the bag. Okay, you see how the pattern is going. We are going to continue the same way. Come down. All right, until this bag is closed. Okay, we are going to close here on the 4th bead. Okay, we are going to stop here. 1, 2, 3, leave 3 and stop in the 4th bead. All right, so let's continue. Go through the next bead with this right and the left line. Take 1 bead, crisscross and pull. Okay, take 1 bead, crisscross the line and pull into the next bead, into the next bead. I take one bead, crisscross both ends of my line into it, and pull down. Alright, this is how we are going to continue. Now that you have the concept of how to do it, I'm going to do it to the end over here, and you continue to do yours, and I'll meet you back here at the end. Alright, I'm going to complete mine off camera, and I'll be back. I take one bead, crisscross both ends of the line into it, and pull like this. This is what the closing is looking like. I'm going to continue off camera until I complete mine, alright, until I join the both pieces together. So do yours, and I'll come back and meet you here. I'm about to complete this one. I'm pulling through the last bead. Now I'm going to take one bead and crisscross both ends of my line into it and pull. Or over here, I'm just going to tie. This is the last bead over here. Remember, we are leaving 3 at the top. Okay, so now I'm just going to tie in between these 2 beads over here. Okay, I'm just going to tie nice over here. I'm just going to hold the line and weave back into the bead. All right, I'm going to go through beads, weave the line back into the bead. Make sure it's well secured before I trim it off. All right, I'm just weaving the lines back into the bead. Okay, and this is how it looks like. This is the back, this is the inside. It's very deep. Okay, this is how it looks like. Very, very beautiful bag. Look at how it's complete. Everything is now complete, so we just have to close the bag. This is the back of it. This is the bottom of the bag. All right, this is how it looks like. Your phone, your purse can fit in. All right, so now I'm just going to push a little bit. I'm just going to babysit it a little bit, push the side in a little bit. All right, and push the end a little bit close. So where I put my thumb, I'm going to sink this side into it. You see how I'm pushing my thumb on it? I push it, and then I'm just going to close it like this. And this is how it looks like. Now we are done with our beaded clutch, our beaded kiss lock purse. All right, this is beautiful, and I hope you can make one for yourself. I thank you for watching. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and for the bead, I'll leave the link in the description box down below. Please make your choice of colors to make this bag that you can love. All right, so there are different colors that you can choose from. I choose to use green. All right, so thank you for watching. I have here a chain that I can hook on it. If you see the inside, they have a little hook inside it. Let me open it and bring it up. It's something simple like this. Okay, so if you have chain, you can hook it on it. This is how it looks like. A very simple, easy one over here. I have a clasp. I'm just going to open it and hook on it. And here the second one, I'm just going to hook on this side too. And we are done with our bag. Look at how beautiful and pretty this clutch or kiss lock bag look like. This is very, very pretty. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And please don't forget to share this video to your friends and loved ones whom you think this video might be helpful to. Please remember to check the description box down below for the link to where you can get your bead. Thank you for watching, and I thank you for your time. I hope this tutorial helps you to make this bag for yourself. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on your notifications for new videos that I'll be uploading so you don't miss on any. I thank you for watching. Thank you for your time, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.